Hi everybody, it's Marcie, and today is Friday and I am going to make challah. Now that's a bread that is for Friday night, for the start of the Sabbath for the Jews. Now I have probably made this, oh my gosh, literally thousands of times in my life, so I go pretty fast on it. But I was gonna make it in a mixer, but you know what? I showed you how to make one bread in a mixer. This one I make in my bread machine. So easy. When the kids were home and little, I used to make it every Friday night. And it was, all of their friends knew this was the place to go when you wanted it. In fact, I still, when I go to visit, I usually make some challah to bring with me, whether it's Friday night or not. Okay, I've got some water heating up over here a little bit. Oh, not that warm yet. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So, of course, during COVID, you miss out on some of your favorite things. Land O'Lakes has this light butter that I haven't seen in, a year now. But that's what I really like to use, but haven't been able to get this. Now, if people keep kosher, you're gonna need a non-dairy stick of butter. I don't want this to get too hot. Get my cup of water there. Okay. But I don't keep kosher, and I'm going to just put this in. So it's a stick of butter. And this, I'm telling you, everyone who ever tries this challah recipe loves it. It is their favorite. It has gotten passed around so many places. And I got it from my husband's, okay, wait, let me think what she was. I think she was a great aunt. We went to visit St. Joe's once, and she was baking, and everyone said, "Oh, she has the best recipes." And here, I'll show you what I had. She ripped out. I said, "Well, I want to write this down," and so she ripped out. Look, you can see how yellow and old this is. She ripped out a piece of paper from a spiral notebook and gave this to me. And I wrote on there, Aunt Mary's challah. And luckily, I was writing as fast as I could, and she was one of those people that cooked take about this much. Okay, not an easy thing to follow. So it's not exact, and honestly, it does depend on the humidity out too. So, and she was like, she'd say, 3.5 cups. No, maybe 4.5 cups. Someplace around there. So it was actually really fun, and it was a nice thing to be getting all of that from her. Okay, so I'm going to turn this down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I put a stick of butter in there. It's honestly been a while since I've made this because nobody's home, and it makes 2 loaves, and so I'm really not in the mood to eat 2 loaves of bread most of the time. Okay, so first thing I'm going to add to this. Now, sometimes I sort of forget to defrost my butter. So when I do that, I'll cut it up, and then I'll get the water really hot instead of just lukewarm like it is now. Okay, I'm going to put in about 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And I'm going to add a cup of warm water. If you make it, the only time I make it real hot is when the butter is frozen, because I figure it'll work its way out then. It'll cool down. Okay, then we need either 2 packets of yeast or 4.5 teaspoons. Same thing. It was 2. Okay. And the reason I love the bread machine so much is I can put it on a dough setting, and it just, I don't do anything. I really just put everything in here. Okay, I'm going to put a couple of eggs in here. And again, I do like to crack them into something else, just in case something's wrong with one of them, or I drop a shell. So there we've got my little prep bowls from Pampered Chef again. Okay, got 2 of those. I'm gonna put that in. So we've got the yeast. The sugar is gonna help the yeast, it's gonna help feed the yeast really quickly. You can see it's already starting to foam a little. Next, this was water. I need to get rid of that. Gosh, it's been so long since I've done this. Isn't that funny? I have to stop and think. Okay, next is flour. And so I'm just gonna cover all of this with flour. And like I said, it's between 3.5 and 4.5 cups. So what I usually do is I aim for a little bit more than 4, because that's usually what it takes. But then you don't want to put too much in. So I would rather you don't add enough than if you add too much, because you can always add more when you're kneading it later. Now you can put it in your bread machine and just let it cook. But since it is for Friday night and challah is normally a braided bread, I do like to braid it. I will film all of that later because that's more than really just a picture here. So this is going to be a little bit more than 4 cups there. So it's more than just a little picture, so I'll film it and throw this up in my face. Always fun to watch that. Okay, now a lot of times I'll use whole wheat also. I don't do it all with whole wheat because for some reason it doesn't come out so well then. But I'll do like 1 of the cups whole wheat. I'm out of whole wheat right now, so I'm not. And then salt. It calls for a teaspoon salt. I've really gotten sort of pretty good at this, and we'll just toss that in. Okay, that's it. Now, oh my gosh, this counter needs to be cleaned up. Somebody come over here and do that for me. Okay, so I don't know how much you can see. Let me see. Okay, I don't even want you to see the inside of it because it's such a mess. Okay, so you just put it in. This one's seen better days. It doesn't go in so easily all the time. Sometimes if I turn it around. Let's see if I got it. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna do the, where is it? Dough. So menu select, it shows you there. Okay, it goes for 1 hour and 30 minutes. So I'm gonna let that start. Now, if you wanna add like raisins or cranberries or anything like that, now is the time to do that. That's great. Yeah, Lauren Greenstein, I see you're on. Cinnamon chips is what I usually add. Everyone loves that. And I think, I got that from my friend Sharon. Sharon, if you see this, shout out to you. You changed our lives with challah. So the cinnamon chips, if you put them in now, they'll just all melt in. So I add them when I'm kneading it right before I braid it. But I'll show you all of that when I do that in 1 hour and 30 minutes. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. I'm starting to get some of the pecans that I ordered. So if you still want in on part of that, let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye.